This request comes from First Last E4ly, and they wanted me to look at 3 monster video games: Jurassic Park Warpath, Dino Rex, and Dawn of the Monsters. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts with all 3 of these games, starting with Jurassic Park Warpath. Now, I've actually never played this game before. As soon as I booted it up, I was hit with those classic old-school PS1 graphics, and honestly, they've got a certain charm to them. For the era it was released in, it actually looks pretty decent, definitely not bad at all. But when it comes to the gameplay, it's pretty simplistic, I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely not a seasoned fighting game player, so maybe a pro could find more depth, but for me, it was straightforward. You pick your dinosaur, you smash buttons, and you try to knock out your opponent. The AI wasn't too difficult, which was a relief. I'm not sure what difficulty setting it was on when I booted the game up, but I didn't find myself getting completely obliterated, which is always a plus for a first-timer. And the music, it's surprisingly good for what the game is. It really set the mood. So overall, Jurassic Park Warpath isn't bad. It's a little fun blast from the past, especially if you're a Jurassic Park fan, but I don't see myself sinking a super long time into it. It's a fun novelty, but it probably won't be a permanent fixture in my rotation. Alright, so after a surprisingly decent start with Warpath, we move on to a game that I've definitely heard of, but for all the wrong reasons: Dino Rex. This game has a pretty notorious reputation, and folks, after playing it, I can confirm it was really not that good. Graphically, it's actually not too bad for its time, similar to Warpath in that regard, but that's where the similarities end. The combat in Dino Rex is basic, yet somehow confusing to master. I found myself just flailing around trying to figure out what was going on. It lacks any real flow or satisfaction. And the audio, oh boy, the music is forgettable, but the real kicker is the repetitious roars from the dinosaurs. They get incredibly annoying and ear-grating. Imagine the same exact roar loop over and over every few seconds. Yeah, that's Dino Rex. The AI is also a prime example of unfair old-school fighting game AI, with opponents seemingly input reading or just having bizarre hitboxes. Honestly, Dino Rex is just not good. I don't see myself ever picking this up again. It definitely lives up to the bad reputation. Now, after 2 trips down retro lane, we fast forward to a much more modern kaiju experience, Dawn of the Monsters. This is a game I actually played when it first released, and I remember thinking it was pretty fun back then, and I can confidently say it's definitely the best out of the 3 games for this video. The story's alright, it's a bit generic, taking a backseat to the actual action and gameplay, which is totally fine for this kind of game, and the gameplay itself is a classic 2D beaten up style, and it absolutely nails that feeling of being a giant monster or mech just tearing through cities and other monsters. The combat can be incredibly fun, with some really satisfying combos and special moves, and the audio design in Dawn of the Monsters is great. The sound effects and music are top-notch, really giving me those Pacific Rim vibes, and you feel the weight of every punch and destruction you're causing. And the art style, absolutely gorgeous. It's got this comic book inspired look that just pops right off the screen. However, and this is why I eventually stopped playing years ago, it can get pretty boring and repetitive. While the combat is fun, it doesn't evolve much, and after a while you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over. So while it's a great game, it's too repetitive for me to want to pick it up again for a long stretch. So there you have it, 3 kaiju games, 3 very different experiences. Jurassic Park Warpath was a charming, if simplistic, retro fighter that was a fun novelty. Dino Rex, well, the less said about Dino Rex the better. And finally, Dawn of the Monsters, which is easily the best of the bunch, offering a fantastic art and fun combat even if it eventually suffers from repetition. If you're a kaiju fan looking for something to play, I definitely recommend giving Dawn of the Monsters a try if you haven't already. And if you're feeling nostalgic, Warpath is a look for a quick dinosaur brawl. So I want to give a huge thanks to First Lastly for the request, and let me know if you guys have played these games. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? I want to know your experience in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay big G fans.